everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Gamble Special for today, which is the day after the Video Game Awards. Very interesting one, I must say. I guess we started off all the game basically just wipe the floor with everyone.
The competition.
Basically, a Death by Solution game. They clearly won.
Great game. Play it if you haven't.
I was sick. Yeah, I was so sick. Yeah, so that basically, clean house. A couple of games quickly to talk about. Obviously, Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super, my bad. Sparky Zero. My bad. I'm sorry because in my head it's the same thing. Hold on, I'm not saying this correctly.
It's not the same. One's a show, one's a game.
Hold on. No, it's a shut up.
He said Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Spark. I'm sorry. It's the same character. Whatever.
Nope.
Because they got Jiren. They got basically the trailer was. If you haven't seen it, it looks so good. The game looks so good. Yeah, that drops next year. I'm gauging fall. That would be my best guess. They showed the new trailer for Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
That looks better.
I'm still just gonna wait.
Yeah, because obviously, yeah.
I never cared for it to begin with when they announced it that much, but I'll wait.
Yeah, I think to me it's having the villains as the lead thing. I mean, that's obviously the selling point for it, and the heroes are the villains, which brainwash and whatnot. Wulong next year.
Yes, sir. August 20th. Can't wait.
I think everybody can't wait.
Yeah.
But and I don't know if we should cover this now or maybe do a separate video, but probably now, which is fine. I realized there was a certain individual that was there, but he did not take the stage.
Of course.
And I don't know if he was there to apologize. I don't know why you were there. I have no clue. But Mr. Spencer, like not one Marvel. Well, actually Blade also, but
that may not be coming to PlayStation. They think it's a Xbox PC thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's made by Bethesda. Technically, Xbox doesn't have to put it on there. I mean, it'll just be the same thing with Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's PlayStation and PC at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Play will be Xbox and then PC and Xbox Game Pass. As long as the game is good, I don't.
That's the thing, though. As long as it's good.
Yeah. Which I kind of have faith because it's not. It's made by the people who made Deathloop and I think the Dishonored team. So I have faith that it will be good.
Yeah, no.
I'll say good until we see gameplay and stuff, then I'll gauge it from there. But I think it'll be worthwhile.
Yeah. No. I saw it. I was shocked. I was like, oh snap! I didn't see this coming. Yeah. No. Again, Microsoft was without a recognition or like I don't know how many years it's been, but it's crazy.
Forever.
I think it's like 10 or 12 or something like that. It's been pretty crazy. Pretty bleak.
Which I'm actually a little. I mean, out of all the games, I mean, they did have one game main announcement, out Hellblade 2, which I'm super excited for next year. Probably fall is my guess, but I'm excited for that.
Maybe that'll be it. Maybe that'll be their.
Well, no, because they still have their E3 summer thing. So I'm sure. I feel like normally the technical fall announcements or winter announcements for the Game Awards isn't supposed to be like anything super major. Yeah. Obviously, you had your God of War DLC, you had your Final Fantasy Technical 2 DLC announcements. Yeah. You had Hellblade, which is fun because they showed Hellblade last year as well. Yeah. Same thing with Wulong, they showed previous ones. Other small game announcements like Sega's making like 5 games, or I'm not gonna say they're remastered games, but 5 old games coming in like Jet Set Radio and forgot the other 4.
Actually, and it's funny when we were watching it. I looked, I'm like, oh snap, like Jet Set Radio. I was like, no, stop. You're probably right. It was like Jet Set Radio.
So yeah, I think the Video Game Awards isn't supposed to be like something super major where they just go out and start announcing these like high profile games for next year. It's basically like updates and small recaps, pretty much. I mean, like you had Monster Hunter getting announced, which I'm a huge fan of,
Yeah, sure.
which makes sense for it to announce it now if it's coming out 2025, and then the summer they'll probably release like a trailer or something small for it leading up into it.
Yeah.
That's fine. What else? The Dragon Ball Z, obviously, that can be announced now, or obviously, let's say if it was like the following year, it will be part of the summer announcement. So VGAs, wasn't expecting anything like super crazy. The only thing that I'm shocked that I didn't see is the Elden Ring DLC, which I thought was going to be there, but I'm assuming it'll probably be like this part of the summer thing, maybe coming out for the fall release or whatever. But VGAs isn't supposed to be like anything super duper like, oh my God, look at all these brand new announcements.
It's enough to keep you, obviously. It's the award season one, but it's enough to keep you excited for the summer coming up.
Because, like, obviously God of War has its DLC coming out Tuesday.
That actually genuinely shocked me.
Yeah,
and the fact that it was free.
I knew they were working on one. I didn't think it would be like, hey, next week.
Yeah.
So it's like that Final Fantasy Happy one is like, hey, the first one's out, like, literally right now. The second one's, like, sometime in the summer or something like that. And I was like, I have no clue.
And then for the what was it? It's not Fortnite. Fortnite and Final Fantasy. What's the collab? I don't think it's Fortnite.
Apex has a collab to get like the Buster Sword in the game. So like I said, some stuff I'm fine with how it's announced because I'm not going in and looking like, oh my God, where's like Halo 7 or something like that in the VGAs? Like, oh my God, well, how come they didn't announce like the new Gears of War or something like that? That's Microsoft will show like maybe one or two games, just like Sony. Sony showed up like couldn't get like 4 or 5 games for their console, which is fine because they just have like a list of stuff anyways as it is. So showing showing Final Fantasy and God of War is fine. Rise of the Ronin as well comes out next year. I think it's like 1 or 2 more stuff, and then it's like a mixture of other stuff here and there, which is completely fine. I don't expect them to like, here's like a brand new AAA game coming out. That's always saved for their like E3 summer presentation. Same with Microsoft, same with Nintendo. So obviously they're going to hold back on showing stuff until the summertime when they feel like, they're ready to put stuff out.
I wonder if, and you're correct, I wonder if Hellblade will possibly be there, maybe not Hellblade. No, Hellblade's made by
Microsoft?
Yeah. Is it just to them?
No, I think the first one released on Xbox first, and then maybe like a year or so later it came out on PlayStation, if I remember correctly.
Okay, because that's what I was asking. I was wondering if that might kind of break the streak of them not being nominated. You see my point? Because I'm trying to
honestly would depend on number one how good the game is for it to get those type of ratings and sales and stuff, and number two, which is the more important one, what else is coming out.
Yes.
So even if let's say Hellblade is one of the games, obviously that's going to be big. Mm-hmm. It would then determine what else is there, because if you're dropping Monster Hunter, let's say during the obviously Monster 2025. Forgot. If you're dropping between Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft or whatever other random game is going to be in that next year frame, it just generally depends. I mean, I can see it maybe being nominated, but I don't know if it'll be nominated for Game of the Year because it has to have that big of an impact.
And I think that's my thing. It's because it's been hyped up. For so long, but and again, I can't really say. Actually, now I'm thinking out loud. You can't really go based off of that. Because they did that with Star or whatever that mess was. They hyped that thing up with nobody's business, and it was just like
hopefully it'll be nominated for something, but I don't know. I can't say as of right now if it'll be nominated for Game of the Year. Without seeing everything else that's coming next year. Because I know there's obviously Dragon Ball.
That'll be a fight.
Dragon Ball Z will be but it's still like if it's that big of a thing.
It could,
I know Capcom has Dragon Dogma 2 coming out that's looking really good. That could end up being nominated for Game of the Year. And then whatever Sony and Microsoft put out for the fall as well. So it's like you gotta wait until literally the summer for when they do their E3 E3 type of. Yeah, and then plus Nintendo. I'm not sure even know when Nintendo's even gonna drop.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't say anything yet until I see other stuff that's gonna come out.
No. You're correct. I'm just wondering if, and my side thought process with them is that I wonder if it's their fingers crossed whole thing just for them. Like I'm not
maybe one hand is crossed, but not two, because obviously they have a bigger AAA game coming out, which I'm sure they do. It just depends on obviously what it is, because I mean they have like so many games in the works already, and they have all these studios from Bethesda and all of them coming out with stuff. So it's like
but go ahead.
For me at least, with all the we don't know yet what's going to be their fall launch. I can't say launch, their fall release.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's another Halo, Gears, Forza, if it's one of the games that's already being currently made that they announced like last year, maybe even the year before that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I get the wait and see. I think because the track record has just been so bad. Maybe that's where I'm coming from. Where it hasn't been the greatest regardless of what they put out. And then to me, okay, they have this game, which, updated graphics, obviously it depends on the gameplay, the storyline.
I might know those.
And that's my point though, right? There's a hype.
Well, it's the only reason I say that it may not be nominated because it has a fan base, but it's not a big I don't think it's like a huge fan base to be nominated. Like when you look at Spider-Man, obviously that has a fan base. Resident Evil, Zelda, obviously Baldur's Gate 3 was a huge success because people love that type of genre, love that game, and also so many choices and everything. And Alan Wake 2 was good. So it's like with Hellblade. Obviously, I loved the first one when I played it. I'm glad someone told me to play it. The second one, obviously, I would have, for it to be nominated, I have to do that well and like successful to get to that point. You can't just have it being the sales being successful, but everyone's like, this game's trash. Yeah, because it's not just us voting, it's obviously the people putting it up for voting for it too. So it's like reason probably why Starfield didn't get nominated. Like the sales were there because everyone was like, yes, and then they played it. We was like, no.
Because they hyped it up like nobody.
Yeah, so obviously they're like, 10 out of 10, 5, blah blah. And then the fans got it. We're like, y'all
a whole lot.
There's nothing
what y'all watching.
So to me, it has to hit so many different factors, and also depending when it comes out. For me to put it there with other games probably coming out before then, and then around the same time. Yeah,
you're wise. I like you. I come here.
Like Hellblade, Monster Hunter, which I'm super excited for. I can't wait for the summer to see more, for them to actually release more information, maybe like a trailer or some gameplay for it. There's a game called I think it's Lost Records. It's by the team who made Life is Strange. Those type of games. I'm super excited for that. I think that comes out next year as well. Okay. So yes, and then Wukong. Let's say Dragon Ball Z. I'm not a fighting game person, but I will more than likely play it anyways. Yes. I'm not good. I like them, but I'm not good at them to like.
No, like we talked about like Fighter Z. Yeah. Like we tried it, but it was like okay. Xenoverse is that kind of thing where it's like you can play and enjoy.
Yeah,
it, so
you can make your own character. Yeah, that's fine. Like Mortal Kombat stuff, I'll play the story and stuff like that, but I'll never do online.
Yeah, I did on the last online, like genuine, like PvP I did was Naruto Storm 4.
Yeah,
as I did, and the fighting mechanics was I enjoyed it. This because I remember playing Tenkaichi also, and I enjoyed it. But obviously, updated graphics, and you see how it looks. The transformations genuinely look like they're in-game and not like a trailer.
Yes.
So that is easy because I have it on my Steam thing. Or I'm not sure if I'll play it on Steam or PS5. I don't know. But no, I get it. Like Dragon Ball is going to be. I think that'll be nominated for Fighter. Because obviously it's most likely to be Fighter, but then because it'll be in the competition, that battle hour thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that's concerned, I think to me that was the shocker. Because I didn't think I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I think to me, I expected it during E3.
Yeah.
And then they would have said, okay, September. And then pre-orders, you pre-order, you get this character, this. I actually find out there's over 100 playable characters, and that's not including like DLC.
I mean, that makes sense.
Up, so yeah.
There ain't no way. To me, at this point in Dragon Ball Z fighting games going forward, there's no way you can sell me a $70 game and have like 16 characters. I'll look you dead in the eye, I'm like, I'm not buying it until there's DLC out for it. But like with all the Dragon Ball Z games that have come out beforehand in the past, there's no way where the story is at now, excluding the manga. There's no way you could sell a $70 game with like 12 characters. No, I think that's why with Xenoverse, they haven't, the reason, and we didn't know the reason why they didn't drop Xenoverse 3, because they're like, what's the problem? But now clearly we know why. Yeah. So I'm sure now once that goes and they kind of get a rhythm going, because once the manga becomes an anime, then I'm sure they'll drop Ego and Moro and Granola and whatnot. And then I'm sure Xenoverse 3 will show up. But I don't think they need to rush Xenoverse 3. Or even do it. Like, just drop DLCs because it's still works. Plus, with that game coming out, I'm pretty sure they'll just have like DLC Pack 1, DLC Pack 2, DLC Pack 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, and Xenoverse 2 will be because once the manga becomes an anime, then to me it'll be the same thing. I don't really. The graphics are fine. Now, unless you just somehow up the graphics, like Unreal Engine kind of looking thing, then I can say, okay, I get why you would now do that. But the next part is, side thought with Dragon Lake. Xenoverse works because it's not the same storyline. Yeah. Dragon Ball games, you only do but so much. Yeah. Like Tenkaichi, it's a fighter thing, right? Yeah. We get it. I'm sure you'll be able to unlock characters and go through certain storylines and boards and whatnot and fight your way through. But yeah, that's why I say with Xenoverse, unless they come up with a real compelling multiverse kind of thing where maybe you travel to Jiren's planet or something. Maybe if they do that, then that's fine. But what's the point? Yeah. Like I'm fine. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. There was another game. Sorry. I gotta figure out. I think we talked about it. It was the one that started off the show. I think we had talked about it. Hold on. The one that started off the show. Yeah, it was they looked like animals, but they were getting sliced and bloodied up. And Africa Wind something. I don't remember. Wind Scope, Wind Slicer. Something like that. I can't remember. All right, I'll put it in the thing. I'll put in a little thing at the bottom. Yeah, that actually looks really good. Yeah. And then there was like a Gundam-ish game, Unicron or whatever it's called. You always that's how I look at a robot game. I'm like, it's a Gundam. I'm like, it's not a Gundam, you idiot. It's so stupid. It looks good. I'm going to find and put the names down below because I'm losing my mind. But yeah, great show, great event. Yeah, the whole suspension, I don't know why he's there, but I guess because he does, he's the head of it, he needs to be there, whatever. I mean, head of Bethesda was there, so it makes sense. Yeah, no, I get it. I guess they're trying to figure out why they were not. Child, I can tell you. Such a child. No, idiot. All right, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Brotherly Banter. Oh, did I give our intros in the beginning? You did not. Wow. All right, my bad. I am Corey. This is Courtney. We kind of just jumped into it because we had a lot of things to talk about. But yeah, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I was going to say subscribe. I haven't slept. Clearly. Clearly you haven't. Stupid. I enjoy you, man. I do. I like you. Until next time.